Hey everybody, welcome to the September plan with me. I'm going to show you guys how I designed my September page and maybe give you guys some ideas for using the brand new September sticker release. So let's get started.
Okay, so I always like starting with getting the text style that I want to use throughout my whole monthly spread. I use 1 to 3 different fonts, definitely two. Sometimes I add in a third bonus font. This one I kept it at just 2 fonts, and I am using, I believe it was Sunday Best, maybe. And another one that I'll show you here in just a minute. I'll do a zoom up close so you guys can see which font that is. So right now, as you can see, I've just roughly written in different things for different dates. And then now I'm just going to pick one of those dates, like the children's consignment, and I'm going to find out what fonts I want to use. And then I'm just going to duplicate this process over and over again for everything that I have written down on the page. You can see there I use that Larianti. I have no idea how to say that. Larianti. You can see right there, I zoomed up. That's for the top font, and then Sunday Best is the big chunky font that I'm using on the bottom. So now, once I have my two fonts picked, I like how they looked combined together. I'm going to lasso this and duplicate it. But first, I am going to color it. I've already got my colors in for September, and so I'm just going through picking how I want the colors to show up on this monthly spread. Some days I feel like I overcomplicate this and I take too much time doing the same things over and over. But if you have time, that's the fun of digital planning. But I also think you can just make quick decisions too. Any of these colors would have worked. I was just playing around and being extra on this particular day. So now I finally decided I think I'm going to keep this. And so now I'm just adjusting to fit inside these boxes how I like it. And then I will do the lasso and duplicate for the rest of the events that I have going on for this month. So you can see that I have my grandpa's birthday. So now I'm going to erase grandpa's birthday and I'm going to just double tap on these and type in grandpa and then birthday at the bottom. And I'll continue this for, like I said, all the events for the month. This keeps everything cohesive and I really like how I can use the colors. And I just really, really like this bold font. I like this combo together. It turned out really good. And I'll change these colors up to where they're not right next to each other, and just use a variety of colors from the kit. That's going to go pair really well with our September 25 sticker release as well. Okay, so I'm going to skip a lot of this next part because it's just the same stuff over and over again. I'm just duplicating and retyping in. So I think you guys get and understand how to do that. So let's fast forward to the next part. Okay, so next up, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do, and I'm opening up my sticker book side by side. So you can do that in Noteful by clicking down on that arrow and open a new window. I think I'm going to go to the September background. So September 25 came with this really pretty yellow September written in the background. I think it was yellow. Anyway, so I'm going to click on this, and this process takes me some time. I have an idea, but it takes me some time to figure out exactly how I want it. So first up, I hit that plus button. I added a shape in Noteful, and I am just adding in a white box over the squares that are not used at the end of the month. You can do this in GoodNotes as well by taking a screenshot. So if you take your lasso tool and then just lasso a white part of the paper and take a screenshot, you can just paste that and cover it up as well. So I was forgetting how to get my extra blue squares in Noteful. I was having a lot of brain freezes during this digital planning session. I was really tired when I did this, and sometimes things take me 3 times as long when I'm tired. Um, so next up, I moved this to the front so I can work with it, and I'm making it bigger. And basically, I want this September to be repeated in the white spaces of this layout. So this is going to take some maneuvering, and it takes me quite a few tries to figure this out. So it just really depends on how you want it, how big you want these letters to be in the background, whether you can duplicate them or not. I think if I would have started with this bigger section first, I could have just duplicated it over to the smaller section and cropped it down a little bit. But you know me, I like to do things the hard way the first time. Here, I'm trying to figure out, okay, how can I just make this cover the whole background and do a cutout? But then I was like, it's too big. I don't like September written that big. So I go back to piecing it together. And yes, I end up piecing the top in one piece, I think, because we have rings that are now available. Actually, They're available to the subscribers, but we haven't listed them on the shop yet. We will have rings listed very, very soon for you to be able to put these rings on top of anything. So it basically looks like your designs go underneath it, which makes putting stuff on the page a lot easier. So those rings will be available very shortly. I'll have Sarah post on the Facebook page when they're available. They'll be on Etsy and on the website. But here I'm just trying to think about, okay, how can I do this where it'll be easy to do across the whole page? So this takes me some trial and error. I end up just piecing it together. So I do the left side, I do the right side because they're two different sizes, and then I have to do that right, like skinny size too. So here I'm measuring the top of the September. I'm trying to make it the exact same size, and then I can just crop it down here at the bottom. So that's what I'm currently doing, and also thinking in my head, okay, there's got to be an easier way to do this. Um, so anyways, I'm sorry this part takes so long. I left a lot of it in here just in case it helped to see, like, exactly where I ended up cutting this off, but I probably should have fast forwarded a little bit because it's taken me quite a while of thinking power right here to figure out how I wanna do this. Okay, so hit crop, and then you can see I'm going down to, like, that middle of that 4th line and then up. So I basically have 2.5 lines there of words, and then I'm just thinking, again, trying to figure out how in the world I can get this to work in the fewest amount of steps possible. But if I would have just made each section from the beginning, I'm pretty sure I would have been done with this by now. So here I decided to crop off more, and I just decided, okay, I just need to do the left side. So cropping down some more, and then I will end up going a little bit smaller on the text, I think. Nope, I'm still cropping. Okay, I do I decide to crop? Yeah. Okay, now I'm doing this right side down at the bottom. So, I thought, okay, I'll just do this right side all the way down to the bottom, but then it was hard matching up the bottom right side. So I ended up cutting this part really short. You can see how I cut that September on the side. I did like the header and the footer kind of the page, and then I did that small section over here. I'm going to have a tree that's going to cover up the September so you can't see like that blank spot where they don't meet. So it's all good. Now I add in this tree and I'm cropping it down. I want it to be cropped on both sides so where it's kind of interacting with the edges of the planner. So I'm trying to position everything and get everything right where I want it, figure out how long I want the tree to be. And then I just have it play with those edges, and I like the looks of that. I'm going to add some more stuff at the bottom so I don't care that it's not touching down there. And then I decided to add in these leaves. They are one of my favorite stickers in the September pack. They are so beautiful and bright. I love them going into the fall season, but I want to use half of them. So I'm going to crop half of this off and go a little bit further down. So I've mainly got a tiny bit of that orange is kind of what I went off of, having just a tiny like triangle of that orange there. Or I guess not triangle, but just like a little corner. So I get it right above the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then I hit crop again, and I'm going to crop off those top leaves to where they're not going off of the page. So you can see I did that there, and then all I'm going to do is duplicate this and put it on the left hand side as well. Guys, this pop of color in this sticker, I think, made this layout. Okay, if you're ever noteful and you can't rotate your image, just hit crop and then click off, just hit cancel. It will allow you to rotate your image then. I have no idea why Noteful does that, where it'll put like the options right above that little crop bar thing so you can't like turn it or rotate it. But if you just hit crop and cancel, you'll be able to rotate it. Next, I have to add in the squirrel because he's absolutely adorable. And then I leave this page alone pretty much until I get some more dates and events to add to it. So here I'm going to show you, oh, nope, I add pictures. I forgot I added pictures already. So I went through and picked out several pictures that I wanted to add to the bottom. And then I add just the stroke along the side with the colors of the kit. So super easy to make it very much yours and just a personal touch. So here I'm using the color dropper tool, and I'm just going to grab some colors from the page. And then I'm going to add in several more photos along down here at the bottom. So I'm adjusting this and getting it set just right, and then adding in the rest of my photos. And that is the way that my September turned out. I love the way that it looks, love the colors. This page makes me really happy every time I see it. So hope you enjoyed it and got some good inspiration.
Okay, this is how my September monthly layout turned out. Probably one of my favorite months I have ever done. This sticker alone just sold me, and being able to use the name backgrounds behind here, and of course adding photos, another one of my favorite touches. I love the way September turned out. We've got those brand new ring tabs, and actually they're releasing this weekend. So you're going to have the opportunity to buy these ring tabs along with the other colors that we have available this weekend. So you definitely don't want to miss this weekend's release. But I absolutely love the way this turned out. September stickers are some of my favorite stickers, and we're getting into my favorite month. So hope you enjoyed this. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. We've got new videos and products posting, sometimes surprise posting, so you definitely want to stick around. Make sure you're seeing all the sneaks and everything that's coming up. We have a course on our website along with a subscription if you need more Breezio in your life. We also have a great community over on Facebook, the Breezio family page, and they are fantastic at showing how to use Breezio organization products, as well as helping you name different products or find different things, or just help in general with your productivity and planning. So we would love to have you join us over there on the internet. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful time planning.